Hello and welcome to the Tollfield Alliance Church Weekly Update. Well, this has been an interesting week. Monday, the town of Tollfield passed a mask bylaw requiring masks to be worn in all indoor public settings. On Tuesday, the government of Alberta declared a state of public health emergency and implemented new restrictions. And on Thursday, the number of cases in Beaver County rose to the state that we are now one of the enhanced zones to which new restrictions apply. So I want to let you know how that affects our church. First, let me say that I am surprised that we will be able to continue to hold in-person services at church. With the rising cases, I expected the churches would again be asked to go completely online. The government is doing all it can to guard physical health while at the same time recognizing that strict restrictions affect financial, emotional, and spiritual well-being of people. So I'm grateful that we can continue to meet. So how do the town bylaw, the provincial health emergency, and the reality that we're in a zone of enhanced restrictions affect our church? In short, we can meet, we need to wear masks throughout the service, we cannot linger to visit afterwards, and we will not use the church building for any group meetings apart from weekend services. Here's some further detail. Here's our new reality. Public services, masks are to be worn at all times by those aged 2 and over. With following exceptions, masks can be removed when you're participating in communion elements, and those leading worship who have speaking or singing roles, if they're properly distanced from others, can remove their masks for those roles. We will continue public services in the present format, 6:30 p.m. on Saturdays and 11 a.m. on Sunday. We may move to a single service Sunday if the public guidance encouraging people to limit contact with others reduces our overall attendance. Messages will continue to be live unless circumstances prevent a given speaker to be available in person. Weekend messages will be recorded and made available online. And we do have some tech upgrades in progress which may also make live streaming messages available. We'll keep you posted on that. Sunday services may include live music if musicians are available. And of course, we know there's a lot of factors that can affect that. If musicians are not available, we'll use audio and or video for worship songs at both Saturday and Sunday services. For our worship teams, all who are participating in worship teams, musicians and sound techs are required to wear masks while in the building, both during rehearsal and on weekend services. The only exception are those who are on stage with singing or speaking roles, provided that they're physically distanced or are part of the same family. Building use, the building will continue to be available for public services. In addition to screening, distancing, hand sanitizing, masks must be worn by all people who are 2 years of age and older. The only exceptions are those I mentioned earlier about communion and about those on stage if they have speaking parts and are appropriately distanced. Other use of the building use apart from the public services is limited to those needing access for work essential to preparation for weekly gatherings, for maintenance, or for administration, which cannot be done at home or through online options. We're requiring masks be worn by all entering the building. They can be removed if a person is working alone in a private office, but a mask must be worn in all public areas. And related to the building, there is to be no building use for social gatherings. Now, some events, such as prayer meetings, Bible studies, or life groups, they could continue under the letter of the law as they're considered an in-person faith group meeting. However, since these meetings typically contain both a faith component, and a social component, we ask that they be held online for the duration of this public health emergency. So a few comments about this coming weekend. Our plan was to have Kelly Dyer as our guest speaker this weekend. However, the guidelines are asking all Albertans to limit contact to those within their own household. So we thought it best to postpone her in-person visit, and we will hear from her this weekend through a video that she has provided. We may have that video online even by Sunday, so if you want to watch it at home, that might be an option. Beaver County is in an area of enhanced restriction, so we have to limit our attendance to 1/3 of our capacity. So we do encourage a few more to consider attending Saturdays, as that will help ensure that we're within capacity on Sunday. As well, I completely understand those who choose to stay at home and catch us online. A few final thoughts. There is positive news about the development of vaccines. And beyond this, we have a God who is above the storm and close to each one of us. And so we continue to trust in him. While I am saddened by the limitation on social interaction, and that is hard on people of all ages, I am grateful that we can still meet for our worship services. And I'm praying that these restrictions are effective so that they can be lifted when they are evaluated on December 15th. In light of all of this, the words of Isaiah 7 verse 4 are very appropriate that say, be careful, keep calm, and don't be afraid. Do not lose heart. May you know God's presence and his blessing. Take care.